In Unit 15, Part 3, we're going to look at how to find the area of two types of quadrilaterals. Remember, in Part 2, we talked a lot about quadrilaterals. We're going to focus on parallelograms and trapezoids. In Part 3, how to find the area of each one, and we're going to use the area to find some distance between what. So, first, a couple definitions for a parallelogram. The base of a parallelogram can be the length of any of its sides. You can use any of its sides to be the base. The height is in the perpendicular distance between the base and its opposite side. So if you look at the drawing, we're going to say this bottom one is the base. The height then connects the base to its opposite side. So if we take a different side as the base, you could have then drawn a different height. So then to find the area, it's really easy. We're just going to do the base divided by the height. All right, now looking at a trapezoid. The trapezoid is going to have two bases instead of just one. If you remember, we talked about a trapezoid has one pair of parallel lines. So the bases of the trapezoid are the lengths of its parallel sides, and the height is the perpendicular distance between them. So our bases are this top line and this bottom one, because those are the parallel ones, the ones that aren't going to touch ever. It doesn't matter which one's base 1 or which one's base 2. And then the height is just the distance that connects the two bases together. And then our formula is going to be more complicated for a trapezoid. So there's two different ways to write the same formula. The first way is to say that the area equals 1/2 times the quantity B1 plus B2 times H. Or you can say the quantity B1 plus B2 times H divided by 2. Both of these mean the exact same thing. Either way will get to the answer, and we'll look at examples in a second. Alright, so let's look at some examples. It says the base of a parallelogram is 21 feet, the height is 1/3 of the base. Find the area of the parallelogram. So again, our formula for the area of parallelogram is pretty basic. It's area equals base times height. We know that our base is 21 feet. The height is 1/3 of the base. One height is 21, which is 7. So we multiply those together, and we will get 147. Now, our unit is feet, and since we're doing area, it's going to be feet squared. Make sure you have that feet squared on. For the next example, it says the height of a trapezoid is 13 yards. One of the bases is 2.5 times the height, and the other base is 2 times the height. So let's make sure we have all our pieces down. The height is 13. One of the bases is 2.5 times 13, so that would be 32.5. The other base is 2 times 13, which is 26. So now we can plug into our formula. Again, our formula is area equals 1/2 times the bases added together times the height. So let's plug in all the pieces. So we have 1/2. Our bases are 32.5 and 26. And then our height is 13. So order of operations tells us to add the parentheses first. When we do that, we get 58.5. And that's times 13. When we work all that out, we get 380.25. And then our unit is yards, and it's squared for this area. So yards squared. If you need help putting that in your calculator, just let me know. Alright, on the back side, we have quite a few examples. Okay, it says to find the area of the parallelogram or the trapezoid. So the first thing you have to do is be able to recognize whether it's a parallelogram or a trapezoid. The first one is a parallelogram, okay, because it's got two sets of parallel lines. The top and the bottom are parallel, the left and the right are parallel. So our formula will be area equals base times height, very straightforward. That's 8 times 4. That gives us an area of 32. Our unit is meters, and it needs to be squared because we're doing area. Looking at the second one, the top and the bottom are parallel, the left and the right are not, so I'm on the trapezoid. So my formula is going to be 1/2. Add the bases together, multiply by the height. So plugging in our missing part. Adding the two together. Adding the two together, I'll get 12, and then times 3. Now, 1/2 of 12 is 6, so I can multiply that by 3. I'll get 18. My unit is centimeters, and its area, so these two square. Alright, so I'll leave 3 and 4 for you. One's a parallelogram, one's a trapezoid. Make sure you figure out which is which first before you worry about finding the area. The second to last part is finding an unknown measure when you're given the area. So if you look at number 1, we're given the area, and then we have a height and we have a base. Okay, so it's hard to read up here, but it's a lot easier on your paper. The height is 14 meters. So we know our formula for the area of a parallelogram is area equals base times height. So we're going to plug in what we have. We have an area of 210. We have a height of 14. We don't know the base, which is b. So to get the base, I need to divide both sides by 14. 210 divided by 14 is 15. So my base is 15 meters. Now, a base is just a length, so I don't square it. The area is squared, the base is just like that. The next one is a trapezoid, so it's going to be a little bit harder. We have one of the bases, and we have the height. We're looking for the other base. So let's look at our formula is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So let's plug in what we have. We have an area of 209, 1/2. We don't know what B1 is. B2 is 14, and then the height is 11. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. I'll show you the way that I like to do it. The first thing I'm going to do is to divide both sides by 1/2. If you divide by 1/2, that's the same as multiplying by 2. So those halves will cancel. 209 divided by 1/2 is actually multiplying 209 by 2, so you'll get 418. And then on the other side, I'll still have base 1 plus 14 times 11. The next thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 11. So on the right side now, the 11's cancel. 418 divided by 11 is 38, so I'll write that over here. 38 equals base 1 plus 14. And then to get base 1 by itself, I'll subtract both sides by 14. So my other base would be 24 millimeters. The base is just a distance, so it's not square. The last thing is to find the area of this figure, which is actually a couple figures in one. I'm going to leave this to you guys to just do your best and try it. If you need help, you can ask. Do your best to try to figure it out on your own.